Hi everyone. For today's lesson, we'll talk about down payment, gross balance, current increased balance, and solving interests and commissions. Let's start with understanding down payments. Imagine you're looking to buy a new e-bike. A down payment is the initial amount you pay when making a big purchase. It's your commitment to the deal. Now let's calculate a down payment. Suppose you found the perfect e-bike in Marikina City and it costs 30,000 pesos. You're told to pay 20% down payment. How do we get 20% of 30,000 pesos? Now, there are different ways, but one way to solve this is to convert 20% to decimal. To convert 20% to decimal, we move 2 units to the left. From here, we move 1, 2. So basically, we're multiplying 0.2 and 30,000 pesos. So 20% of 30,000 pesos is 6,000 pesos. And that's the down payment. Next, let's talk about gross balance. Think of it as your total balance before any deductions or adjustments. It's a starting point that helps you evaluate your financial situation. To put it into a local context, let's imagine you're running a stall in Marikina. Throughout the day, you've been making sales of various products. The money you've earned before any expenses or deductions is your gross balance. It's a reflection of your total sales. It's an important figure to track your financial records. For instance, if your total sales for the day in Marikina's market amount to 5,000 pesos, then that's your gross balance for the day. Now let's venture into current increased balances. It's all about how your balance has grown over time. And to understand this better, let's have an example. The credit card bill for this month amounts to 2,500 pesos, and the bank mandates a minimum payment of 5% of the total amount owed. If the cardholder opts to pay only the minimum of 5%, an additional penalty of 2% will be incurred. How much will be the increased balance? So we are given the total credit card bill, which is 2,500 pesos, the minimum payment, which is 5%, and the penalty of 2%. First, let's calculate the minimum payment. The minimum payment is 5% of 2,500 pesos, which is 125 pesos. If the cardholder chooses to pay only the minimum of 5%, this payment is made. So the outstanding balance after the minimum payment is 2,500 pesos minus 125 pesos, which is 2,375 pesos. However, the cardholder incurs an additional penalty of 2% on the outstanding balance. To calculate the penalty, multiply the outstanding balance by 2%. So 2% of 2,375 pesos is 47 pesos and 50 centavos. Now the increased balance is equal to outstanding balance plus penalty. So 2,375 pesos plus 47 pesos and 50 centavos is equal to 2,422 pesos and 50 centavos. So if the cardholder pays only the minimum of 5%, the increased balance will be 2,422 pesos and 50 centavos. Now let's have a quick quiz. I'm going to ask you 5 questions just to check your understanding. Please choose the correct answer for each question. Let's get started. What is a down payment? Answer: the initial payment made when purchasing a product or service. How do you calculate the gross balance of a financial account? Answer: add all deposits and subtract all withdrawals. Current increased balance is a term often associated with savings accounts. Which of the following is a potential benefit of making a larger down payment when buying a house? Answer: lower monthly mortgage payments. Number 5. If your gross balance is 10,000 pesos and you earn an additional 2,000 pesos in interest, what is your current increased balance? Answer: 12,000 pesos. Now let's talk about interest. Interest is a financial term that represents the cost of borrowing money or the earnings from investing money. It plays a crucial role in various financial transactions, including loans, savings, and investments. There are 2 primary types of interest. The first one is simple interest. Simple interest is calculated based on the principal amount, the interest rate, and the time period for which the money is borrowed or invested. The formula to get the simple interest is PRT, where P is the principal R is the interest rate, and T is the time. The other one is compound interest. Compound interest takes into account not only the initial principal and the interest rate earned in previous periods. It results in the reinvestment of interest, and it can lead to exponential growth of the investment or debt over time. Interest is a fundamental concept in finance and impacts many aspects of personal and business financial decisions. The specific calculation and impacts of interest can vary depending on the context of the type of interest being used. Now it's time to some hands-on practice. I encourage you to pause this video and try to solve a few examples on your own. This will help reinforce what we've discussed so far. Remember, practice makes perfect. Once you're ready, you can hit play to see if you got the answers right. If you face any challenges, don't worry. We'll review the solutions together once you're done. So go ahead, pause this video now. Now let's check your answer. Imagine you have 10,000 pesos in a savings account at a bank in Marikina City that offers an annual interest rate of 4%. Calculate the simple interest earned after 1 year. The formula for simple interest is principal times interest rate times time. Plugging in all the values, we have 10,000 pesos, that's the principal. 0.04, that's 4% in decimal. 1 year, that's a time period for which the money is invested. So we have 400 pesos. So after 1 year, you would earn 400 pesos in a simple interest on your 10,000 savings in a Marikina City bank. Now try to answer example number 2. Again, you may pause this video, and once you're ready, you may check your answer. Now let's check your answer. Suppose you invest 20,000 pesos in a time deposit account at the Marikina-based bank that offers an annual interest rate of 5%. The interest is compounded annually. Calculate the total amount in the time deposit after 3 years. To calculate the total amount, we'll use the formula for compound interest. A is equal to P times the quantity of 1 plus R over N raised to the power of NT, where A is the future amount, P is the principal amount, R is the annual interest rate, N is the number of times, and T is the number of years. Now, we are given 20,000 pesos, that's the principal amount. The annual interest rate is 5%, that's 0.05 in decimal. The number of times the interest is compounded per year is 1, and T, the number of years, in this case, 3 years. Now let's plug in all the values. A is equal to 20,000 times the quantity of 1 plus 0.05 over 1 raised to the power of 1 times 3. Now 1 times 3 is 3. We just add 1 plus 0.05 in the parentheses, and that's 1.157625. We multiply that to 20,000 pesos. So the total amount in the time deposit after 3 years would be approximately 23,152 pesos and 50 centavos. Now try to answer example number 3. Again, you may pause the video and hit play once you're ready to check your answer. Suppose a salesperson in Marikina City has a commission rate of 6% on their total sales. They achieved total sales of 25,000 pesos. To calculate the commission for the salesperson in Marikina City with the commission rate of 6%, we use the formula commission is equal to commission rate times the total sales. Now let's plug in the values. The commission rate is 6%. That's 0.06 in decimal. The total sales is 25,000 pesos. So the 6% of 25,000 pesos is 1,500. So the commission earned by the salesperson is 1,500. Now it's time to take the quiz. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.